On today's show, we have a story from Ben DeGroat about the death of Ray Liotta.
Then Ben Hunt summarizes the significance of Memorial Day.
After that, we have a premiere episode of Entertainment with Jackson Swile.
All that and more coming up on this episode of Florida News.
Life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Everyone, and welcome back to Florida News. Today is day 3 with periods running B, A, E, F, G. I'm Benjamin Clayton.
And I'm Kennedy Singh Randhawa. Last Thursday, Ray Liotta passed away at the age of 67.
He starred in classic films such as Goodfellas, The Rat Pack, and The Bee Movie.
With more on this devastating loss, we have Ben DeGroat.
Goodfellas star Ray Liotta has recently passed away at the age of 67 on May 26. According to reports, Liotta was in the Dominican Republic filming the movie Dangerous Waters when he passed away in his sleep. No foul play is suspected. He was engaged to fiancée JC Natolo, and he was dad to 23-year-old daughter Carson Liotta with ex-wife Michelle Grace. Liotta was born in Newark, New Jersey, and was adopted at 6 months old to Alfred and Mary Liotta. He grew up in Union, New Jersey, and went to college at the University of Miami, where he studied acting and graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts. His first major acting role was as Ray Sinclair in the 1986 film Something Wild. This led to him being cast as Shoeless Joe Jackson in the 1989 movie Field of Dreams. In 1990, Liotta played Henry Hill in Martin Scorsese's biographical crime film Goodfellas. The movie is based on the true story of mobster Henry Hill and his life and associations with the mafia. Liotta had an illustrious career afterwards and started in movies all the way up until his death. After hearing the unfortunate news, Goodfellas co-star Lorraine Bracco tweeted out saying, "I am utterly shattered to hear this terrible news about my Ray. I can be anywhere in the world and people will come up and tell me their favorite movie is Goodfellas. Then they always ask, what was the best part of making that movie? My response has always been the same. Ray Liotta." The quote gave light to how much Liotta was loved and how greatly he will be missed. I have been Ben DeGroat. Now let's send it back to the desk.
Ben, how did you spend your Memorial Day this weekend?
I spent it with my family. What did you do?
I went to the beach with my family to take advantage of this great weather.
But let's not forget what Memorial Day is really about. For more on that, we have a video from Ben Hunt.
Yesterday, we had the day off for Memorial Day. While most think of Memorial Day as a long weekend and going on vacation or having a barbecue, there is a true meaning for the holiday. But what is Memorial Day exactly? Memorial Day was originally called Decoration Day. We celebrate Memorial Day to honor all American soldiers who died during service. Memorial Day was declared a national holiday in 1971, and its roots date back to the Civil War era. The difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day is that Memorial Day honors the soldiers who have died, while Veterans Day is to honor all American soldiers. We celebrate Memorial Day in May because of John A. Logan, an Illinois U.S. representative and an officer during the Mexican-American War. It is believed that he wanted May because the flowers would be in full bloom to honor all of the fallen veterans. It was later decided that it would be the last Monday in May annually when it was declared a national holiday. Also, in 1966, President Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York, the official birthplace of Memorial Day. At 3 p.m. local time on Memorial Day, Americans are asked to take part in the National Moment of Remembrance, which is a time to pause in a moment of silence to honor the soldiers who've died while serving the U.S. This has been Flyer News. I'm Ben Hunt, and have a great day.
This Memorial Day weekend, Top Gun Maverick starring Tom Cruise broke the Memorial Day weekend box office record. The film has been highly anticipated because the movie was originally scheduled to be released in 2020, but was pushed back 2 years due to the pandemic. The sequel brought in $156 million at the domestic box office and $252.7 million worldwide. The film beat the record of the Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, which brought in $153 million when released in 2007. The movie has so far gotten very high reviews from critics and people alike. 78 on Metacritic and 96 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm excited to watch this movie when it comes to streaming platforms.
The Cardinals, an NFL team, lost a player due to a car accident. Cardinals cornerback Jeff Gladney died at the age 25 from a car accident early Monday morning in Dallas. Jeff Gladney was a first-round draft pick by the Minnesota Vikings in 2020. Gladney was released by the Vikings for an indecent felony assault ahead of the 2021 season. Later, the Cardinals signed Gladney to a 2-year contract this offseason after he was found not guilty in a domestic violence case. The Cardinals stated in a statement, "We are devastated to learn of Jeff Gladney's passing. Our hearts go out to his family, friends, all who are mourning this tremendous loss. This is a devastating death for the Cardinals, his fans, and his loved ones."
Next, we have Jackson as our new host of entertainment with his first video of the year.
Are you not entertained?
Not yet, we haven't watched the video.
No, I was making a joke from the movie Gladiator.
Is Gladiator entertaining?
Yes.
Awesome, entertain us, Jackson.
Hello and welcome back to Entertainment. I'm your host Jackson Zweil, and I am so excited to be taking over from Finn Shea. And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. Excitement. That's right, instead of reviewing any of the countless movies or shows that came out last weekend, I am going to be talking about my 5 most anticipated movies. Ragnarok director Taika Waititi is returning to direct the 4th installment in the Thor franchise, titled Thor: Love and Thunder. Returning cast includes Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Waititi as Korg, Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, and Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, reprising her role for the first time since 2013's Thor: The Dark World. The Guardians of the Galaxy will also appear, though likely only for a short time. Christian Bale will be playing the villain, Vor the Godbusher, and his scenes look great. They were shown off in the latest trailer, and there's a really nice color contrast with the rest of it. His scenes are in black and white, and then the rest of the trailer is in much more vibrant colors. Thor: Love and Thunder will release on July 7th. Rian Johnson's sequel to his 2019 film Knives Out will take place in Greece. Daniel Craig reprises his role as Bennett Blanc with new cast members including Ethan Hawke, Jessica Henwick, Catherine Hahn, Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, and Leslie Odom Jr. Unfortunately, plot details and trailers are nowhere to be found. While the film is a Netflix original, the company is reportedly considering a 45-day theatrical release window. Knives Out 2 releases in late 2022. Now, unlike the other films on this list, this one I'm looking forward to in a much more negative way. When the cast for the Mario movie was announced at the September Nintendo Direct in 2021, the internet exploded. The animated film will star Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Jack Black as Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, and more. Not to mention Mario himself, played by Chris Pratt, who's been facing his own share of controversy recently. Surprising cast aside, the film is being developed by Illumination Entertainment, the studio behind the Despicable Me franchise. But who knows? Maybe it'll be great, or maybe it'll be a train wreck. But one thing's for sure, I will not be able to take my eyes off of it. The Mario movie opens April 7th, 2023. Exactly 20 years to the day after Chicken Run was first released, it was announced that we would be finally getting a follow-up. For Aardman Animation's second feature-length sequel, the chickens will face a new threat and will force them to have to break back into the farm that they broke out of at the end of the first film. Unsurprisingly, Mel Gibson was recast as Rocky, with Zachary Levi taking the role of the rooster. Some of the other voice actors will also be recast. The original film took inspiration from the 1963 classic The Great Escape, with many parallels being drawn between the two. The sequel will once again take inspiration from a classic film, this time being Mission Impossible. Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget will be released on Netflix sometime in 2023. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movies of all time, and its sequel is being divided into 2 parts, Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse. Much of the original cast is returning, with Issa Rae being cast as Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman. A first-look trailer was released in December of 2021, and it showed Oscar Isaac's return as Spider-Man 2099 from the first film's post-credit scene. Across the Spider-Verse is out on June 2nd, 2023, a year from tomorrow. This has been Entertainment. I'm Jackson Weil. Let's send it back to the desk.
That's all for today's episode of Flyer News. You can rewatch this and other broadcasts again on our YouTube channel or watch them on the FEC tab of the school's website.
Also be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Framingham High Studios.
For Flyer News, I'm Benjamin Clayton.
And I'm Kennedy Singer Ndawa. But stay tuned for the Early Bird hosted by Casey Brewer and Zach Troutman. Have a wonderful Wednesday, FHS.
Hold on to what makes you feel. Don't let go, it's what makes you real. If the flame goes out tonight, yeah, we'll live until we die. So come out, come out, come out. Won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out, come out till we lose control into a raging fire. Into a raging fire. Come out, come out, come out. Won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Leave us behind. Let your heart be next to mine. Before the flame goes out tonight, we can live until we die. Come out, come out, come out. Won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out, come out. Won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out till we lose control into a raging fire. Into a raging
Good morning, Flyers. Welcome back to a Hump Day edition of the Early Bird. As always, I'm Casey Brewer.
And I am Zach Troutman. Welcome back officially to the Early Bird after the long weekend. Casey, how was your Memorial Day?
It was really good, Zach. Thanks for asking. You know, I was out there grilling some patties, grilling some dogs,
course.
but it's nice to be back in the studio.
Well, I was able to catch up on some homework, so this week is looking pretty good so far. So now let's begin the week off on a high note and run that intro.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome back, guys. Today we have a special guest in the stew to talk about movies. You know him. You love him. You might even desire to be him. Give him a warm welcome, our entertainment host, Jackson Zweil.
Great to have you on, Jackson. Jackson here just had his premiere of the entertainment segment today on Flyer News and talked about his most anticipated movies. So now, Jackson, we want to talk to you about your favorite movies ever. And I understand you've compiled a list today, so we will be looking at those.
Yeah. At the top of that list, we actually saw Into the Spider-Verse. Now, it's one of my favorite movies, I would say, because of the slight animation details that really make it look like a comic book. Jackson, what do you think about that film?
Yeah, I agree with like the comic booky kind of animation in it. And it's like a nice coming of age story.
I mean, some would say it's better than the recent Spider-Man No Way Home. I would say so.
I would argue that. And you talked about the second one coming out, and that looks just as good, I'll be honest. Next on the list, we saw Back to the Future. Stone Cold classic, if you ask me. Jackson, let me ask you right now, Marty or Doc, go.
Both.
Both.
Both of them.
You can't do that.
You got to pick one or the other. I'm a Marty guy.
I'm actually the Marty guy.
Well, I'll be Doc.
Well, Jackson,
Can't do both.
what's your favorite part about the movie?
I just liked like the effects. They're over 35 years old.
So ahead of its
So
time,
over-
right?
yeah.
They put more effort into like, the effects in 1985 than they do in like all the movies right now, the CGI and stuff, right? And that's a great movie, great pick, Jackson.
Fantastic film. The next film, Jackson, you picked a real good one, Ratatouille. I mean, this quite possibly could be the greatest.
What?
Could be the greatest animated film of all time. You know what I'm saying, Jackson?
Yeah.
What do you think? Why would you put that at a top tier Pixar movie even?
Well, really, when you ask me on any day, my favorite Pixar is going to be different.
Oh, okay.
All right, So Fast You Tomorrow. What might you say?
Yeah.
I would probably say Wall-E.
Wall-E. Great
Wall-E.
one, now.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. What about the day after that?
Day after that, what was your next favorite Pixar movie?
Finding Nemo.
Wow.
Finding Nemo.
I could ask you all day and wait for you to get to Cars. That's my favorite Pixar movie, but I don't think we're going to get there right now. So let's shift to a live-action film, absolute titan of industry, Catch Me If You Can. This film has two of the greatest actors to ever act. And spoiler alert, everybody, it came out in 2002, it's not really a spoiler. The ending is just so heartwarming to me. And Jackson, what do you think makes this one of the best films that Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Hanks have been in?
Well, I feel like this is one of Spielberg's most underrated.
Absolutely.
And the opening titles are just incredibly iconic and amazing.
I just love the cat and mouse story,
Yeah.
not to be confused with Ratatouille.
Of course.
That's the rat.
Of course, that's the rat.
But it's Stone Cold classic once again for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, actually, I'll talk about this one a bit. For me, it's like Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks. Both of their strengths as actors, are portrayed in this film, and that's why I think that one's the greatest.
Right. Put it into context, like 90s, early 2000s, they were both at like the tippity top, acting in everything, right? And that's why I think this is such a great film.
So,
Yeah.
Jackson, we're going to move on here. What do you think are some good films that you feel we didn't get on this list? What do you want to say? Some great films.
Well, one of my favorites is The Iron Giant.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Really, you love the animated, I love the animated, but no Cars will always be disappointing to me.
Well, Iron Giant will always get a tear out of my eye, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a very sad movie, but I think, like, 2D, still ahead of its time.
2D ahead of its time. Thank you so much, Jackson, for coming on. We hope you have
Thank you.
hope you have you back on soon. And now, live with the pledge in the studio is a flyer.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, invisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Zach, I think it is about that time. No announcements. Oh, we do have some announcements, actually, so...
Let's roll that intro.
over that.
What kind of feeling? I'm high on believing.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to remind you that there will be an event for anyone who's interested. It's called Getting Prepared for College, and it will be held at the main library at 49 Lexington Street, and it will be held on June 14th at 6:30 p.m. Again, that's June 14th at 6:30 p.m. We hope to see you there, and have a great day.
I do want to remind everyone in the school that to make an announcement, visit the link in our bio, Instagram bio at Framingham High Students. And if you want to rewatch this episode or any other previous episodes, visit our YouTube channel under the same name. Casey, it's Wednesday, halfway there.
It is Wednesday, halfway through the week. Crazy. Flown by so fast. I can't even believe
Right, flown by so fast, but there is a lot to look forward to. But, you know, on the other hand, maybe I should just live in the moment. It's a little too early to be thinking about Friday, because sometimes the early bird does not get the worm. It's not.